Hello, everyone. I am here with the cast of Ramón. What a pleasure to have you both here. I
Yeah.
understand that Erika was not able to make it today, but that's okay because we could still talk, right? And I
Yes.
know she is the wife in this short film. Now, I know a little bit about Enrique. And let me just mention it to you guys that are listening to me because it's very important for you to know his background and his involvement in our culture and in the United States as well. So let me just briefly, Enrique, just tell them a little bit about you. Okay, so Enrique Small is the director of the short film Ramon. He's also former president of the Panamanian Parade and plays the detective in this wonderful kind of like comedian film. Also, his brother's here with us today, and his name is Darren Small. He's the main character playing Ramon. And of course, Erica Palacios playing Miss Smith, the detective wife. So tell me, what inspired you guys to come up with something like this? I mean, you're Panamanian living in New York, and here you are talking about is based on immigration. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, yes, thank you very much for having us on your show. I mean, I haven't seen you, so anytime you see me is an opportunity for you to interview me. So I thank you for this. I like your
Thank you.
smile. That means you enjoy yourself. So Ramon
Yes,
is obviously a representation about Afro Latinos. When I came to New York, most people didn't associate black people with speaking Spanish. You understand? So anytime we spoke Spanish, they got very surprised. And then when you look at TV or any movie, we don't have any representation. So Ramon is actually a representation of Afro Latinos. We have Afro Panamanian, Afro Equatorian, but this time it's Afro Panamanians. So we
right.
just making sure in this little short film we are putting on all the little problems that we have when we come to this country. For some of us, starting all over again in a one bedroom, trying to make ends meet. You don't have a green card. So it's most things that people, not just from Panama, but all over that go to the United States encounters, especially with the climate now. When we wrote this, we didn't write it thinking that we will be in this climate, political climate that we're living in now, because we wrote it 2 years ago. So now to be
Right.
living at this time like this, is a surprise,
And that's what I was going to ask you about. When was it written? Because I think I heard about it earlier. And
Mhm.
so, like you said, what a perfect time to highlight the experiences of immigrants
Yeah, it
in the
was
United
written
States.
in 2022. You see what happened? We just did stage plays. Remember in Panama, they used to have the Easter drama cantata. So we came up here to the US and continued doing the same thing. But during the pandemic, we couldn't congregate. So we said, you know what, let's just branch out and make a little film and see what happens. That's how we did it and see what happens. And then one thing led to the other, and all of a sudden we have this short film. So,
Yes. Let me take the opportunity to show the little video that you shared with me, and I want the audience to see it
okay.
to let them get a gist of what we are actually talking about today.
Hmm.
Take a look.
Ramón, Ramón, este muchacho me se...
Los productores del drama Cantata de Nueva York presentan a Ramón, una historia sobre un padre afrolatino que vive en Brooklyn con su hija de 7 años.
¡Policía, policía! ¡Puri! ¡Ya!
$1,800. That's how much it costs.
Al no tener estatus legal, intenta navegar la vida de trabajo a trabajo para alimentar a su única hija. En este cortometraje exploraremos la historia a través del drama y la comedia, mostrando la realidad de un inmigrante que vive en Estados Unidos desde la perspectiva afrolatina.
Mi fregadero ha estado goteando durante meses y el propietario dijo que vendría a arreglarlo. Venga, ya estoy en casa, venga a arreglarlo.
Cuenta con canciones de Willy Panamá, Mayelka, Prado y Daniel Long.
Hola a todos, el superintendente está aquí, agárrenlo antes que se vaya.
Protagonizada por Darren, Erika Palacios y otros. No te lo pierdas, una producción de Asociación de Desfile Panameños en Nueva York, incorporada y Misioneros Production LL. No te la pierdas.
That was awesome. Awesome. Now I'm hearing the music in the background, and that's
Yeah,
Idania, of
that's
course.
correct. She lent us her
Yes,
song, yeah. And we
that
had
is
also
awesome.
Willy Panama. He gave us a little salsa song. And Mayelka Prado, I don't know if you know who she is. Her song is in the background during the entire presentation also. All of these Panamanians,
All Panamanians.
Afro Panamanians, yeah.
Yes, yes. So Darren, tell me about yourself. You're a part of this um wonderful, wonderful short film. Tell me your experiences and what is it you were trying to highlight or trying to highlight in the in the short film. Sorry.
Well, Ramon is a character that I play, but he's kind of Darren himself. I've been through some of those same things, just with my real name, of course. Um, Hustling, came to the country. But when I came, I was kind of young. So, I stayed in school, of course. Education is very important, stay in school.
Yes.
And because they already treat you different, even if you have an education. So imagine if
Right.
you don't have an education, they really treat you like an outcast. So
Right.
as I got older, I always tried to hold a job and different jobs, which is what Ramon does in the film. He's kind of what you call a hustler, trying to do whatever he can to get some kind of ends meet of a dollar just to take care of his daughter because he's not established yet as a citizen or anything like that. And I've experienced uh, Latinos speaking about me while I'm in their presence, not knowing that I also speak the language. So
Right.
that I've experienced firsthand going to stores and, with Puerto Ricans and Dominicans talking, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just looking like, oh, that's how you really feel about me. That's interesting, you know? And sometimes I just smile, sometimes I say something and
Yes.
they say shock, surprise,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
at this day and age, you don't really see that much because now Afro Latinos are not so uncommon anymore. So I
Right.
guess now they're really careful because even Chinese speak Spanish, so but Ramon is definitely hit home.
Yes.
Something that I'm very, very experienced in. So when I played Ramon, I just try to portray the same thing that a lot of us went through. So a lot of us Afro Latinos can relate to
Can
that,
relate.
or they know someone that can relate to that. So I just try to illustrate it in this short film, and hopefully you and everybody that sees it enjoys it.
Yes, it's here in Panama now, and it's we are celebrating Ethnicity Month and diversity. As you know, New York is diverse, as well
Right.
as Panama has become like similar to the United States as far as people from all over the world, from
Okay.
Central America, so to speak. And
Wow.
so we everybody have their story to tell, and the beautiful thing about this is that there are sections of part of it that people can, like you said, they can understand what people from other countries going in and experience in other countries. I remember when I first got to New York City, the first thing I hated was the cold. That's the first thing.
Yeah,
I'm like, what am I
absolutely.
doing here? And the language I started, learning adding to my dictionary of words, other language, I mean, other words. So it was kind of difficult at the beginning. I must say it was difficult. That's something that a lot of immigrants are going through as we speak now in New York City. Now, I know we're here to talk about the film, but let's kind of compare a little bit what's happening today with the film. There's a lot of similarities in that sense, but it seems to me a little bit has changed. It's not like quite the same. Do you agree? There are more I guess more of foreigners in the United States than when we went to the United States. Would you say
Well,
that? Would you agree?
yeah. I just to answer that, I think that always has always been a lot of foreigners in the United States, especially in New York. It's
Yes.
just because of the climate that's happening now. Plus, we have social media that we are able to see things. Like somebody will say, "Oh, there are a lot more crimes now." It's not so much that we have a lot more crimes. It's just that everybody has a camera, and now it
Right.
becomes more aware. We don't have to wait for Canal 2 TV or anything like that. We just
That is
go out,
true.
go to our phones, and we see things that normally we wouldn't see. So
Yes.
that's what we think it is. More people have cameras, so they're only highlighting what's there already. So people have always been immigrating. This country have always been deporting people. People have always been trying to get jobs and so on. So it's just highlighted now because we have social media and everybody could have a TV channel or and a program also. It's not like
Right.
before.
So this short film was in Brooklyn, right?
Yes, yes,
This is in Brooklyn. And I'm
yes.
telling you, I know about Brooklyn. No other
Okay.
place than Brooklyn, you know.
Yes,
Panameños en Brooklyn.
yes,
We have the desfile, tenemos the desfile. O sea, a lot
yeah,
of things are,
hmm,
that's like the Mecca, aside from, of course,
yeah,
other cities in the United States. We could mention another place, Atlanta,
yes.
right? And we have
Atlanta,
Texas, we have Los
Miami,
Angeles,
Miami.
Miami. Yeah, yeah.
But Brooklyn is
Maryland.
Brooklyn. Yes,
Yeah, but Brooklyn is Brooklyn.
everybody ends
Brooklyn
up
is
there
Brooklyn.
first and then branch out. Yeah,
Yes, exactly, exactly. One thing I must say as well is that since we're talking about Panamanians
abroad.
moving to New York and having all those experiences at the beginning, we have to also say that we still contributing a lot to United States. I
Yes,
mean,
we
and this
are.
is all over the states, not only New York.
We are.
So I
We
think
have been contributing since the beginning of the since before the beginning of the past century with the construction of the railroad,
right,
and reforming Panama, even with the canal and everything else. We have always been
exactly,
contributing as Afro Latinos. Yeah. So,
exactly,
and we mentioned in the beginning of the film a little bit of that, how we have contributed so much, not just to
yeah,
Panama, but to the US, but yet still we are not, we are never considered citizens of the US. We were born in the Canal Zone, and yet still we never had citizenship of the US government. So we kind of mention things here and there that we don't understand, but what we have always done, we just kept
But
it
we move on,
moving, we
keep it moving.
adjust and do what we have to do.
yes, that's what I've seen. I definitely have seen where
Yeah,
Panamanians are united and they bring a lot to wherever they go. They bring a
yeah,
lot. They bring a lot. They always want to help. They always
yes,
doing something in the community, volunteering. They're always
hmm,
looking out. They help many
yeah,
positions, as know, in the
yes,
United States,
right.
as mayor, as chief of police,
That's
as
correct. Yes. We
a,
have
a
a lot of
senators.
lawyers. We have a lot of lawyers, doctors, a lot of people who you
Exactly.
wouldn't even know they are Panamanian are in these places.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's high positions. So that's what it is. So this film gives us an opportunity to exalt this and to really
Exactly.
put the not just the Panamanians, but again Afro Latinos in some type of a place where we could see them. Again, they had the movie. I think there's West Side Story where they were speaking. It's a Latino film where
Yeah,
no
true.
Afro Latino was really represented there. And again,
Yes.
you look at these films, you will never believe that there's any black people in the world. Or you look at a novela, you never saw a black person in a novela, only if there was an empleada. So
Yes.
people will look at this and believe we don't know anything, and
Yeah.
Well,
that's not the case. So let's see.
so,
The-
so would you say you're the let me just throw it out there because in my era when I was in New York. So are you the next Spike Lee of Panama? Because
I
I'm
yeah.
telling you that this movie is really exciting.
You only saw the previews, and that was enough for you. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly,
Oh
exactly.
man!
But
So
where
I
I
did you
mean,
see
believe,
it then?
yeah, I believe you will enjoy because I told everybody I don't want nobody yanking speak like if you come from Panama. I don't
yes,
want nobody. What's up, man? What's up? No, I want you to speak like you come from Panama. Even the same way you say put on cherry leaf and Vicks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so we speak. Yeah, yeah. Pariso, what paraiso? Pariso. That's what they call it.
Paris and Gambo, not
All right,
Gambo,
so,
Gambo.
all
Jambo.
right, so, all
You
right,
Yeah,
know,
so,
this
yeah.
is something great. Is this your first? Let's talk about that. Is this your first film, short film?
No, I have done little things. This is the first one that we have put in some investment into it and really put it out there. We was just want to do this and put it on YouTube, but we put in a lot more into it. And to so our surprise, when people saw it, they really liked it. Sometimes you do something and you don't expect much of it a lot of times,
Right,
but people
right.
really related to it. They said that remind me of my mother, my father, because they could look
Yes,
at the film and see themselves.
yes, yes.
Anytime you look at a film, you see somebody that was born in Europe or even Black Americans that
Right,
sometimes people can relate. But this thing is netamente Panameño, so you got people in the film speaking Spanish and English,
right,
and so
right,
on, like
right,
what you would do.
right.
So
Well,
that's what it is.
definitely, they said Panama are the happiest people in the world, or something like that. They did some research, and
Yeah,
I think, I think we are.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
we always
We
keep moving.
we
for
keep
the
We
it
always
most
look
part,
moving.
yeah.
positive
Yeah,
on the positive side.
yeah,
We are willing to make up. We are
yeah.
willing to move on.
And we will take
Um,
anything to discuss about. We look at a
oh
fly,
yeah,
let's start arguing about the fly. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Or fly. Why the fly like that? No,
Right,
and chop, chop.
right, right,
Again, you do it through a little comedy because for a lot of people, it was hard. It's been hard, and many
yes,
years they can't travel. You have no green card, and people in your family died. You can't even go back to the funeral or anything like that. So
yeah,
definitely, it is something that in the form of comedy. But if you
right,
look at it, you really can relate to it as your personal life. So that's what it
exactly.
is.
And I think it's a wonderful short film.
Hmm.
And I want to have you. I would like to see more of your films
Yeah,
because and I know it is costs time and resources
well, a
uh,
lot. Yeah,
at all level, resources at all level, all type of
yes,
resources,
yes.
and mainly your time, right? Your
Hmm.
time. But I would like to
Yeah.
see more because I think you are the next Spike Lee of Panama. I'll whenever I see you at Spike Lee,
Oh,
I'm gonna say
let's
Panamanian
see what
Spike Lee
happened.
Well,
Let's see
because
what happened.
we don't have anyone who have shown the
Us,
real people, the
us.
real people. Yes,
Yes,
us,
yes,
the real
yeah,
people. Like
yes.
Spike Lee showed, like this is Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
you are like the Brooklyn, the
Yeah.
Panama Brooklyn
And it's
in Panama.
funny in the film we use so many different locations. I mean, we have about 10 different locations. We were all over Brooklyn, the airport,
Wow.
you name it. The
Well,
park, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We really move around. So I think you would appreciate that. Pick
yes.
film.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for showcasing the comedy side of immigrants to New York.
yeah,
She's laughing
That's a
already.
wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I'm going to repeat it. You're the Spike Lee of Panama.
Oh my
Definitely.
goodness. Well, thank you.
Definitely. And I want to
Thank
see
you.
more movies
Of course.
in that sense, in the comedy sense, in real life.
Right.
That was
Of course.
real life
Yes.
experiences.
Yeah.
So
I
I
just
thank
already
you.
Erica wasn't here, but that's okay. I will tell her
Yeah,
that she
I
missed
know.
something.
I know Erica is busy.
Yes.
Um, so Darren, thank
Hi.
you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Enrique,
Right.
for joining me on
Yeah.
this lovely platform
Hmm.
to
Thank you. You're
show
welcome.
the audience and Panamanians as well and people
Hmm.
around the world
Right.
inside part of our experience as immigrants or as